When you're under the care of a doctor, how are you supposed to know what the standard of care requires in your specific instance? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and the answer is you're not supposed to know the answer. That's why you go to a doctor. You put your life in their hands. You put your life into their experience, and you trust them. At least you hope you trust them. Why? Because they have the knowledge, the experience, the advanced training to understand what our complaints mean, to try and figure out exactly what our problems are so that now you can get treatment to fix those problems. When you bring a lawsuit seeking compensation for all the harms and losses and injuries you suffer because a doctor was careless, did you know that we, as the attorney who represents the injured patient, we are required to get our own medical expert to confirm, number one, that there was wrongdoing, number two, that the wrongdoing caused injury, and number three, that your injury is significant or permanent. We must get our own medical expert to confirm all three of those things in order to proceed forward with the case. We cannot, by law, we are not permitted to go forward if an expert tells us that we're missing one of those three elements. Now, during the course of an expert evaluation, we will ask the expert, Doctor, what was the standard of care that was required in this particular instance? When the patient complained of the following things, what should this doctor have done? And now he's going to tell us exactly what should have been done. And now I have to ask, why is that the standard of care? Why should that have been done? And here's the important question. If the doctor had done the correct things, what would the outcome likely have been? And in all likelihood, if the treatment were done correctly, you, the patient, would not have suffered the following injuries. That's the key. So now at trial, years down the road, we have to bring in this medical expert to now explain to the jury, a group of lay people like us who don't know what the standard of care was. They don't know what a doctor should be doing in this particular instance. So now we have our medical expert testify and explain to the jury in easily understandable terms. Listen, when a patient comes in with the following problems, here's exactly what you do, and here's why. And now, doctor, based upon your review of this doctor's records, did you find that this doctor did the appropriate thing? No, he didn't. Well, what should he have done? Well, he should have done A, B, and C instead of X, Y, and Z. Had he done that, how would this patient's outcome, how would this patient's injury have changed or been different? And now the doctor will explain to the jury why this patient's injuries are so significant because this doctor violated the basic standards of medical care. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you do have questions and you have concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but have not done so yet because you still have questions, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.